Hey guys, Gadicteek here, and as I said in my last video, I would be doing some preview videos of Kickstarters that I'm involved with. I'm a Kickstarter junkie, so this is my very first Kickstart Me Up. And this video is very fitting because we will be taking a look at Citizens of Earth. This is very fitting because my favorite game of all time is Earthbound. Love that game, love its style, love its gameplay, everything about Earthbound just is amazing. So this game, very similar. It's like a mashup of Earthbound and Pokemon. How does that happen? Well, you'll see in this video. Right now we're going to take a look at the first 15 minutes, and then I'm going to highlight a couple key things that I don't think you get from that first 15 minutes, and then we'll take a look at the Kickstarter page and what you can do to back this game up. So we're going to start a new game. Very similar to Earthbound, you start sleeping in your bed. In this game, you happen to be the vice president of the world. This is your mother. You still live at home, even though you're vice president of the world. So you can name your characters just like in Earthbound. In my first playthrough, named all my characters after Earthbound. This was Ness, I had Jeff and Paula, but here we're just going to keep the default names to make it easy on you. So this is the Vice President, El Presidente, Viso. Sorry, any Spanish viewers out there. So, cool thing you can do is a lot of stuff is interactable in this game, and if you see the little hourglass over your head, you can go ahead and interact with things. Found $200 there. You can go ahead and open the windows, close the windows. Don't know if can't do anything over here. You can move two ways. With the right mouse button, you can just direct your character wherever you want to go, or with the WASD keys, you can move like you would expect. It's very point and clicky, actually. It's a little bit different to Earthbound in that way. It does have a little bit of a point and click feel because you have the mouse cursor to move around. So you can move up to someone and talk to them just like this. And this is your brother who hasn't seen you in a while. So he has gotten us a gift that we will grab downstairs. So you'll see you can get goals, different quests will show up in your quest log, which is part of the gift, as you'll see here. The gift happens to be a cell phone. That is your basic menu. You have all sorts of stuff. You can get mail from characters, your items, your equipment, skills, your team, which we'll talk about in a second, your stats, your goals. Goals will show primary, secondary, and recruit. And now, the recruit is the thing that's going to really set this game apart from a game like Earthbound. You can recruit all different characters throughout the world. You can recruit the baker, the barista, all the different people that you interact with. You can recruit several of them. So, first job here is going to be to recruit your brother. So, I'm going to go back and talk to him. And I think the U-phone is amazing. Lots of references to pop culture, just like in Earthbound. One of my favorite things about Earthbound was the fact that it was funny and ridiculous, but it wasn't like nudging you like, hey, that's a funny joke, isn't it? It took itself very seriously, but it was just very funny, and I think this game follows suit in that, and I like that. We have to go to Moonbucks to get our coffee, name him brother, and your mother is watching TV. But you can't leave because she's watching stories. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the TV right off. And she joins your party too. So if we look here, you'll see in the team, you can have a whole lot of characters here. And they can all be part of your three-man squad. As the vice president, you obviously can't get your hands dirty, so everyone has to do your fighting for you. And you have a nice catfish on the wall here. A lot of things outside of combat will actually give you experience in this game. Completing objectives, finding, hidden things like that fish. Not very hidden, but interacting with it gives you XP. You see in the town as vice president, a lot of people are unhappy with the job you're doing, sleeping on the job and taking vacation the first week. So they're obviously protesting. You can walk up here and see what this protester has to say. And we will enter our first battle. Battles in this game are fully turn-based, and also unlike Earthbound, you do not have the ticking HP bars right now. So everything is straight turn-based, your classic Final Fantasy style of battle, which I enjoy. What's different and what really makes this combat stand out from games like Earthbound or Final Fantasy is the power system. So you have multiple different types of abilities, and some generate power and some consume power. So you can see you have a tier of roughhouse abilities, and both of these will give you 1 power. So you have Wrestle, which does damage times 1. I really like how they have the tooltips telling you exactly what the abilities do. So this does damage times 1, or you can do Rough and Tumble, which attacks all targets for half damage. And those would generate power, and to consume power, you get an ability Dogpile, which consumes 2 power, and will deal damage times 2 to a single target. And you can see down here, you have HP and power. So we're going to go ahead and Dogpile on this guy. And the mother has different abilities. She can Nag, which actually lowers the defense of your target and gives you a power. Or you can Encourage, which is actually Heal. It clears negative effects and heals it by a small amount on the target and on her, which is very nice. She could also give you Motherly Advice, which actually explains things. It's like your tutorial is her motherly advice, and we'll see that here. So she's going to say, characters' power is displayed under their health. Power is the fuel for your abilities. Some abilities consume power, and others generate it. So that was that ability. It's kind of for one-shot use, first time you see something. I assume going forward that there will be more things in motherly advice. I have not seen any yet. So now I have 1 power, so I can't use the Dogpile ability yet again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Wrestle because it's a single target, and she's going to Nag. So that lowers the defense, has a nice debuff button here, and the Wrestle is going to defeat the protester. Nice level up screen here, all different kinds of stats that you can get. And you get your next ability at level 4. And you can see I'm getting a cell phone call here, so I'm going to look here, and Mom says, go take a nap in your room if you're feeling worn out from battle. I never risk getting your hands dirty, but we might be tired of fighting battles for you. So basically she's saying I can go sleep if we want to heal them up. Now something interesting about this game is that, just like in Earthbound, you can start on the positive or negative. But you can also send your people out with a right click in the main screen to attack an enemy, and if you hit them just right from behind, you will get a surprise attack, which doesn't let you attack first, but it generates 1 power for every character. Power does not reset in between battles, which is interesting, and I think a really cool system. So if you get the jump on someone, you get 1 bonus power for that battle, but if they end up getting you from behind, then you lose 1 power for that battle. So I'm going to go ahead and pummel this one and Nag so we can get the damage debuff on her. That's all you need to defeat that heckler. Very cool. So I need to go to the Moonbucks to get my coffee. And of course there are all sorts of different characters around here that you can interact with and talk to. The teacher, who can't get to school because she's drinking the special blend. What is the special blend? Well, wonder. Conspiracy guy. Don't drink the coffee because I haven't tasted it yet. No, I don't believe you. Alright, fine. Yeah, I taste it. Brown and aromatic. That does sound like coffee, but I'll go along with it. You're probed. What? It's a little strange. Alright, so I have to go find evidence. And you can see I have a new goal here to recruit. I can recruit the conspiracy guy to your team. The barista, on the other hand, says that she is lost in her own thoughts. I want to try and recruit her. Make her skip her shift and come with us. So what's the deal with this special blend? It's very suspicious, that special blend there. So in order to recruit the conspiracy guy, here's another interesting character, the bodybuilder. Obviously, I could recruit him at some point. I'm gonna try and get the surprise attack on this one. So I get the bonus energy, I can start with the dog pile. You can see I started with 2 less energy because I ended the last battle with the dog pile. So that's how that works, and we're gonna try and kill this guy. We got the armor debuff, and that should kill him. So we have to go out getting evidence. So I think we have to fight these weird-looking coffee bean guys. They seem a little suspicious. Maybe they're the thing behind the special blend. Alright, quick battle, got him done, and he dropped evidence. So we need to get 3 evidence in order to recruit the conspiracy guy. I will save you the hassle of watching me find 2 more of those things, and we'll show you what happens when you recruit someone. So see here, I got the last piece of evidence by defeating the last one of those crazy coffee beans. And now I will head towards the police station where the conspiracy guy is being held captive. Talk to the cop. Talk about the conspiracy guy. There is some crazy stuff happening around here. I will take care of him. And now the conspiracy guy is on my team. Alright, and now I'll show you how the companion system works. So we're gonna go ahead and save this one. And we're gonna load up. So it turns out that the game that I had completed has been erased. So I'm going to just show you the companion system here. So you can go into your team setting here, and it'll be a list of different characters that you can recruit. Looks like a lot of them, that's exciting. You can have 3 on your active team at once. You can switch them out at will. So say you don't want Mom, say you want this guy in the first slot, you can do that too. And that's how that works. It actually reminds me a lot of the Digimon game on PlayStation. If you had ever played that, it's probably like 10 of you that have. But that game was pretty fun. You recruited a lot of different people by doing different kinds of quests, and you can get them on your team. So, it's similar to that. I don't want to spoil this whole demo for you. It's available on the Kickstarter page if you'd like to play it for yourself. But we'll take a look at some other things that I found interesting in this demo right about now. Right here, we're going to see a pretty cool boss battle going on, starting with a small in-engine cutscene. One of the many strengths of this game. The storyline, I think, is very good. The music, great, very ambient, heavy, just relaxing, kind of chill music most of the time. Very reminiscent of Earthbound. Like it a lot. Right here, you'll see we'll be fighting against a honey bear. Honey bear, get it? You'll see I've leveled up my characters more for this video. I have several different abilities, some drain energy, some give you energy, You'll see the conspiracy guy has a couple different debuffs. You can also look at the enemy stats. I think it was Jeff that could do that in Earthbound, so he has a similar ability to that. You can see in this playthrough, I obviously named my characters to be more similar to Earthbound. I like that you can see in the bottom left and bottom right that the president and the boss are taunting each other. Kind of nice, fun stuff going on. It's a rather long battle, I must say that right now, obviously early alpha, some of the battles can be really difficult while some are just piss poor easy. I don't know if that's intentional or if that'll be changed at some point. I'm sure they'll smooth out the difficulty curve, but you can see combat gets pretty interesting and pretty unique. And speaking of unique, you end up on an alien spacecraft fighting coffee monsters. I don't know if that's a spoiler, happens pretty early on in the demo. Probably should have prefaced that, I apologize, but all sorts of stuff is possible in this game, obviously. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think this could be a wonderful product. Hopefully they follow through up to the quality of this demo, because for a very early alpha demo, I think this is extremely high quality. So, you're looking at this video and saying, hey, I would love to play that game, I'd love to support that game. Well, let's take a look at the Kickstarter page and see what you can do for yourself by helping this game get funded and donating your money. So this right here is the Kickstarter page for Citizens of Earth. You can see, as of recording this, it has 770 backers at 22,349 Canadian dollars out of 100,000 Canadian dollars, and it has 13 days to go. Canadian dollars, I think, is about 1-to-1 with American dollars right now. I believe that was the exchange rate at the point of me backing this page. So if you want to look at the real exchange rates, you can go to donate on this page, it'll convert it for you, or you can go to any of your usual outlets, Google, etc. will tell you what the exchange rates are. So what is Citizens of Earth? It's an RPG that places you in the shoes of the Vice President of the world. Citizens of Earth combines the modern setting and humorous tone of Earthbound with the recruitment mechanics of games like Pokemon or Suikoden. Rather than recruiting fantasy heroes to your cause, however, Citizens of Earth is about bringing regular characters into the spotlight as heroes. Instead of warriors and mages and other such fantasy tropes in your party, you'll be fighting with a baker, used car salesman, schoolteacher, yoga instructor, and so on. The characters that would normally be NPCs in other RPGs become heroes in Citizens of Earth. So you have some nice art here. The art direction looks pretty good. Praise from different sites such as Kotaku, RPG Gamer. The setting, bucking the trend of the fantasy RPGs, Citizens of Earth takes place in the modern world, with characters, settings, and experiences you'd expect to find, but taken to humorous and outrageous extremes. You'll fight sentient coffee plants and local moonbucks, go toe-to-toe with obese tanks and toupee eagles in the capital, and fend off over-enthusiastic tourists at the Jamaipan Resort and Spa. So the setting sounds very similar to Earthbound, with ridiculous situations and enemies. You can recruit everyone, that seems to be their big push, that you can recruit all different kinds of NPCs to your team and use them for battle. The company making this game is Eden Industries, and you may be asking yourself, who is Eden Industries? Eden Industries is an indie game developer based in Vancouver, Canada, consisting of ex-mainstream game developers and local indie talent. The first game made by Eden Industries was critically acclaimed Waveform, which launched on Steam last year. In addition, 4 of the members of the team most recently worked in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, alongside Nintendo and Miyamoto. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is a great game for the 3DS, so that's very promising. Combining their indie journey with a mainstream development experience, the team at Eden Industries has developed Citizens of Earth over the last year with the goal of making a modern JRPG that relishes the staples of the genre while breaking new innovative ground on its own. Now, I think the most important part of Kickstarter, when you look at a Kickstarter page, not necessarily what the promises are, what the goals are, and what you can donate for and get with backing of the game, or whatever you're backing, I think the most important part to read is the why Kickstarter, which everyone I believe is mandatorily supposed to put on their page, and where the money goes, which is starting to become more and more of standard. So, why Kickstarter, says Eden Industries. We've been working on Citizens Earth for a little over a year now, and are extremely proud of the current demo of the game. And since all the members of the team are working for free out of the passion and hope for the game, we've managed to keep budget pretty low so far. But although our artists are fantastic, the fact remains that we have to contract out some of the art, since there's just a ton of art that goes into making a game, especially an RPG like Citizens Earth. So where does the money go? We know that asking for $100,000, even if it's Canadian dollars, is a lot to ask, so here's a rough estimate of what's happening with the money that you pledge. First off, unfortunately $25,000 disappears through Kickstarter fees, payment processing fees, and taxes straight to the government. Gotta give Big Brother their cut. We've gotten a few questions about this, so let me break it down for you. Kickstarter fees are 5%, payment processing fees are 3% plus 20 cents per pledge. Canadian income tax is about 17%. Since Kickstarter funding is considered income, we have to give a whole bundle to the government right off the top. In total about 25%. I hope that clears a bit up for everyone. Roughly $50,000 will be used for character art. As you can hopefully tell, there is a lot of effort poured into making each character come alive, but those hand-drawn animations don't come cheap. Finally, the last $25,000 will be used for the remaining environment art in the game. Although the world is pretty massive, luckily the majority of environments are more static elements than the dynamically animating characters, so we got some savings. You might notice there's nothing on the budget for programming, design, music, and sound effects. And really, even the budget that's there is very low for the amount of art in the game, so what's going on? Well, all the team members have agreed to donate their time, efforts, and unique skill sets for the sake of making the game as great as possible, while keeping the budget as low as we can. There's a nice rewards chart here, some stretch goals. Hopefully we get the game funded first before even worrying about the stretch goals, so we won't even talk about that. We got some nice screenshots here. And risks and challenges, which is the final thing that is required for all Kickstarter pages, so let's see what they say. Being 1 year into the development of Citizens of Earth means that we've managed to iron out a lot of bumps that have come along the way. And luckily, as the second game for our team, we've been through the process of developing and polishing a game already. But even so, there are a number of risks and challenges ahead of us that we are gearing up to face. Art production. As you may be able to imagine, there's a lot of art in an RPG. More in fact than our current artists are able to tackle on their own. With Robin overseeing the art direction of the game, we're confident that we'll be able to hit the aesthetic style we're striving for. But working with art contractors to fulfill all our art needs will be a challenge. Luckily, we've started the process already, and it's proving to be very rewarding. So if all goes well, this should be a great solution for our art. Design cohesion and balance. With a game like Citizens of Earth that has such a breadth of content and so many playable characters, one of the biggest challenges will be ensuring that the design of the game stays consistent and relevant across the entire game, and that each citizen is fun to play and balanced against the other citizens. We've already been receiving great feedback from our testers to assist with this, and through Kickstarter we're hoping to get many more people playing the game and helping us refine each inch of the world. Awareness and marketing. It hopefully comes as no surprise that we want people to play and enjoy Citizens of Earth. But that'll only happen if people actually know that the game exists, which, without backing of a large publisher or marketing team, can be something of a challenge. But just as the game story involves a grassroots movement of ordinary folk as heroes, we're hoping that regular folk of our world will also be heroes of Citizens of Earth and help spread the word about the game. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell any fellow citizen of Earth that you see. Together we'll make sure that friends far and wide get to enjoy the game. So, overall this looks like a group that knows what they're doing. They've put out a game before in the past, and it seems like they're being realistic with their goals. They're very honest with what they need and what they're going to put out there. So let's take a look at what they're looking for as reward tiers and what you can get yourself. For $1 Canadian,